Good morning, and thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to listen to this statement. I do not often speak publicly. However, I'm extremely angry at any suggestion that we have been underhand or have cheated, particularly those comments coming from our competitors. I have never cheated at anything in my life. These accusations are completely unacceptable and not true. My integrity and that of my team are beyond question. Everyone at Racing Point was shocked and disappointed by the FIA ruling and firmly maintain our innocence. This team, under various names, has competed in Formula One for over 30 years and today employs 500 people. We've always been a constructor and will continue to be so in the future. Throughout those 30 years, this team has been an underdog, punching well above its weight with a fantastic group of people. Between 2016 and 18, this was the fourth best team on the grid, operating on the smallest budget and scoring regular podiums. Emerging from administration with stability and fresh investment, this team's competitive form should not be a surprise to anybody. The team can finally realize its potential and should be celebrated for its strong performance. We only have to read the words of the stewards to understand why we are so disappointed by the sanctions. The report clearly states the following mitigating circumstances. 1. The parts transfer between Mercedes and Racing Point on January 6, 2020 does not constitute a breach of the regulations worthy of censure, as the parts in question were both not used and did not expand the information that had previously passed from Mercedes to Racing Point, quite legitimately during the regulations in 2019. The recent change of status of the brake ducts as listed parts further argues that censure or penalization is not appropriate at this point. These are the words of the stewards. In addition, the change in classification of brake ducts from non-listed parts in 2019 to listed parts in 2020 as a mitigating factor. Point 3, the lack of detailed focus on brake ducts by the FIA personnel who inspected the RP 2020 in March 2020, when they were admittedly focused on the entire car. Racing Point could have probably obtained much of the same amount of competitive advantage from photographing the Mercedes W10 rear brake ducts and reverse engineer them, albeit additional design resources expended in the process, say the stewards. In every respect, we fully believe to have been compliant with these regulations, and the steward attribute no deliberate intent to any breach of the regulations occurred. This is all quotes from the stewards. There was an absence of specific guidance or clarification from the FIA in respect to how the transition to listed parts might be managed within the spirit and intent of the regulations. The rules as they are written state that after 2019, no further information on brake duct design can be shared or acquired. At that point, what you know and have learned is your own information. From that point onwards, you are on your own, which is exactly what we have done. So to clarify, there is no guidance in place by the FIA surrounding the transition of non-listed to listed items. And Racing Point received in 2020 written confirmation from the FIA with regards to our compliance on this matter. This week, I was also shocked to see the FIA introduced a new grandfather clause which had previously never existed. Beyond the clear fact that Racing Point complied with the technical regulations, I am appalled by the way Renault, McLaren, Ferrari, and Williams have taken this opportunity to appeal, and in doing so attempted to distract from our performances. They are dragging our name through the mud, and I will not stand by nor accept this. I intend to take all necessary actions to prove our innocence. My team and I have worked tirelessly to deliver the competitive car we have on the grid, and I am truly upset to see the poor sportsmanship of our competitors. I understand that the situation in which the FIA finds itself is difficult and complicated for many reasons, but I also respect and appreciate their efforts to try and find a solution in the best interest of the sport. In closing, we did absolutely nothing wrong. We stayed within the rules, and we will demonstrate and prove that through the appeal process. Thank you for your time.